Hi guys, my name is Daryl, and today I want to show you a great exercise that I created. It's in my book, Sculpting a Masterpiece. So Sculpting a Masterpiece is an extension of Invincible and Convinced, and it's my own philosophy. It's things that I've come up with over the years and inventions that I've made, kind of made things a little bit better. I took some of Larry's and Vince's exercises and made them a little bit better for myself. I kind of tweaked them a little bit to get just a little bit more out of it, and I found that by doing certain things, just by changing different angles and things, I could make the exercise even better for myself. So that's what is in Sculpting a Masterpiece. It's just a lot of different things that I've sort of created and that really worked for me. And so now I'd like to share an exercise with you from my book, Sculpting a Masterpiece, and it's called the Pendulum Press. Now this is something I came up with. I built this bar. I built a lot of my own equipment, and just some things that I've done over the years is if I see something, like sometimes I would be walking down through like a hardware store or something, and I would see a certain tool that might be used for something else, but I'd be like, wow, that could actually be worked for an exercise. So I'd always try to tweak things and build things and weld things, and I've had some great success. Some of the things that I've made are junk and they don't work, so I just kind of discard those. But a lot of the pieces that I have created, they work really well. And so I don't know if I'll ever sell these things or whatever, but they work for me and they're really good. And like I've talked in my other videos, you know, for me it's about creating new exercises, new stimulation, doing things that are different, to always kind of keep my body stimulated, because I hate doing the same old thing over and over and over. And like I said before, I think I have exercise ADD. I have to keep changing it, you know, to keep it exciting. And sometimes by building and creating something that's never been used before, it gives me new excitement. It gives me something to look forward to when I come into the gym. And it's great because a lot of these exercises that I've developed, no one in the world's doing them. And that's awesome, because I don't like doing things that everyone's doing and everybody's like a cookie cutter program and you know, you have to do it this one way. I look out and I branch out my horizons and I go into a whole different realm of thinking. And I like that because sometimes, like when I'm doing the pendulum press, like I'm going to show you today, it's the only one in the world. So there's nothing like this setup, because again, I totally created it and I made it to my own specifications, so it works really well for me. So how I came up with this exercise was I started to think a little bit more outside the box. And you know, we always see everything on the front side of the body. So like when we're lying down, everything's coming from the top down and we're pushing it back up. And so I got to thinking one time, like, what would happen if the resistance was below me? Like if the weight is below and then you push up, would that change anything? And so I came up with this idea and this special bar, and I just wanted to try it. So I had this bar custom made, and I just kind of threw everything together. So I made these boxes here because I just wanted a really high bench. And so the idea is that all the resistance is down below you. And so then we're going to push up and to see if that would change anything. And as soon as I put this thing together and I did the first couple of reps, it was amazing. I was like, wow, this is incredible. The pump that I get in the chest it's unreal, because I can't explain it, but the intensity of the exercise, it really stimulates the chest, and you get this tremendous stretch. And then as soon as you push, you know, you're going to get that incredible contraction. So those cross bridges really ratchet up pretty tight, and then you really get that blood pump. And so it's an incredible exercise. And what I found is that with the bar itself, I wanted to create a bar that kind of mimicked the same pattern as my arms. So when you're doing a chest press or whatever, you're bending your arms here, and then you extend. So I wanted the bar to actually do the same thing. So it would follow the same path as the arms go. So you're bending the arm and then you're straightening them out, so that the bar actually looks just like that same movement. And it's that user-defined motion, so you get that freedom of being able to go through that full range of motion and work the pathway that's going to be correct to your anatomical positioning, so that when you're coming through, you're bringing your hands in and you're not limited in any ways. And so now I want to demonstrate how this actually works. So it does look funny, and I tell you, but I don't really care. I could care less how I look. It's all about, getting the results that I'm looking for. And so, I might look like the craziest person in the gym, but again, I really don't care. I love doing this stuff, and I'll experiment on anything, and I'll try any method possible if it works really well and it really hits that muscle the way I want it to hit. This is how you do it. So you're going to sit here, and then you're going to reach underneath, and you grab the bar. And we're going to lie down. And then, so right here, as I'm just holding the weight and the bar underneath me, I can make it swing. So it kind of goes into like this pendulum motion on the bottom. And just by doing this, you can feel an incredible intensity in the chest because it's starting to light up. So you're getting the early phase tension. And so as soon as I begin to move upward, the intensity on the chest is already engaged. And so it just amplifies the contraction. So as I go up, I exhale, inhale, inhale, now the cool thing is when I bring my elbows down, the bar follows the same pathway. It's an incredible movement. And the stretch is unreal. I mean, you can get that, you can bring your hands way back, elbows back, just like in the neck press, and then you push up. So you have this incredible freedom to get as much out of the movement as possible. And again, it allows for the user to find motion. So I'm just following the natural pathway of my arms. And it doesn't put any stress on my shoulder joint. And I have the handles that actually can move and swivel, so I can make them kind of move as I go into positioning to get that stretch. And then I can really make this work even harder if I get the pendulum going and then I press. So now you get the bar moving. So you get the bar moving, and it just adds another dimension to the exercise. So it just, you're throwing a lot at the muscle. So you got this sort of instability that you're trying to fight. And then you have this pendulum motion where, just that itself is causing the pecs to really have to figure out what is going on. And so you're just activating a ton of muscle fiber. And so the weight I use is not a lot because, that's irrelevant. It's all about, using enough weight to really create that tension. And the angle and the way that this is designed with the weight underneath you, it's like it's almost double the intensity as if the bar was above me. So when the bar's above you, you're coming down and gravity's pulling down, and then you can just kind of rebound and push it back up. And so that's a good exercise, but it's not the best. You're not going to get the most out of it. So this type of an exercise, you get more out of it. And so why am I going to do an exercise that's 75% of the max capacity of the pectorals, where I can do something that's almost 100% total engagement? And so now I'm going to show you the back view so you can really see how this works. So if you look at the bar itself, it sort of is like an extension of my arm. So I wanted the same position, the same path. I wanted almost the same anatomical positioning of my arms. So that's how I built the bar. So it actually looks like arms bent. And then I extend them, and they just follow the path. Then inhale, exhale, Inhale. Exhale. And I have the total freedom by getting those elbows back so I can do that neck press position and then push right through. And you can't, like when you see the Olympic benchers, they arch their back and they come off the bench. You just can't do that with this. This is 100% pectorals. And the way the bar is designed, there is no stress on my shoulder joint. It's 100% on the pectorals. And then I throw a little pendulum into it here. Whew, a little isometric pendulum. And this burns it like crazy. Woo! For me, it's all about developing exercises that are going to maximize my time and efforts in a gym. And if there's an exercise that I can get almost 90 to 100% of total muscle fiber engagement, then those are the exercises that you want to use. I mean, there are a lot of great exercises out there, and you can do something, but again, if it's only going to work, 50 to 80% of the muscle, then it's not worth it. It might look cool, but I don't want to waste time. And you don't want to waste your time in a gym. You can do the 50% exercises and look cool, but I want to get 100% effort. I want to get 100% intensity on the muscle so that I can hit the muscle. You want to make the muscle work, and you want to get in there as fast as you can, make your time as efficient as possible. You want to target the muscle with an exercise that's going to give close to 100% contractibility. And so doing exercises where you're already engaged in that early phase tension, it's like, wow, this is, you're lit up and there's nothing else can fire up. And then as you begin to go into that exercise, it's just, it amplifies so much that you don't have to use as much weight because you're not using other muscle groups to kind of cheat. So it's all about how the muscle feels, how that exercise works for you so that you can really feel that tension going both ways, going into the concentric and the eccentric contraction and making it really hard in both directions. And that's when you're really getting that pull, and those muscle fibers are really working and ratcheting up, but they're also pulling apart, breaking down, so that you're getting the tearing effect that your body needs in order to develop more muscle as we recover. So we want to tear down the muscle tissue, and then we want to rebuild it. So the goal is that we want to go to the gym, you want to hit it with intensity, you want to find exercises that are going to work, 80 to 100% full contractibility of the muscle tissue, and you want to tear down as much of the muscle fibers as possible. So therefore, when you are recovering, you have to rebuild all that tissue, and that's what's going to give you that hypertrophy that we're looking for. It's going to give you that nice development of those target muscles, and that's what bodybuilding is all about. It's about isolating the muscles, getting as much out of it as possible, getting the feel of that muscle, working that muscle the way you want to make it work and shape for your body, and that's what's going to create the symmetry and that beautiful look. And so an exercise like this, when I came up with the idea, I was like, this is going to be a yes or no on this exercise. So when I did this exercise for the first time, I knew that this was a home run, because as soon as I realized that we're in that early phase tension, and then we can really get that, to light up, and before I even move the bar, I'm already lit up. And so as you start to move, it's like, wow, this is incredible. And you can really feel that muscle work, and that's what I love doing. I love to take the muscle and to really make that muscle, mold it and break it down and to work it in full intensity without using any other muscle groups. And so this is a great exercise. This is something, I don't sell, I don't make these up. So I want to share these with you because it's thinking outside the box. It's showing you different things that, it doesn't have to always be the same thing, dumbbells or the bench press or the Olympic bar and all this stuff. It's like, so you want to create new ideas, new things that are going to work for you. And this is one of those exercises that I developed for myself that really works great for myself. And it's just it's something that I love to do. I don't share this with anybody. This is the first time I've actually shown this on video. And another reason why is because I have all these great inventions. I don't want anyone ripping me off. You know, I have all these things, and a lot of these pieces are patented. And you know, I just don't want people, you know, copying my stuff and then, you know, not giving me any credit for it. So there you have it, guys. That is the Pendulum press. I'll be showing more of my inventions as the weeks go on. Please subscribe to my channel. And guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. Take care. See you next time.